Hey fam. Um Yesterday I started and I wanted to tell you about my books, okay? So, this is part 2 and this is part 2 of Living and Learning. And that's what my YouTube channel is called. I call it Live and Learn because as we live, we're going to learn something, and we're going to learn something because God wants us to lesson learned, okay? So that's what my YouTube channel, and I'm going to visit a little bit more on my YouTube because I want to put things of matters of the heart and live and learn. I just don't know how to do that just yet. I know some people just say just get on there and start talking. Okay, maybe so. But there's a lot that I have to say that comes from the deeper depth of Tina. So, and I have to make sure because I don't want to hurt people's feelings or because everybody have a story, but you know what, I ain't scared to tell mine. I'm really not. It's just that I want to make sure that it's in God's timing. Okay. um but anyway, I want to talk about the book that I did for my mother. My mother had cancer, and I wrote a book, Psalms of Healing Hope for Cancer, and it was for the cancer. I dedicated to the cancer community, and I did it because I love my mother. My mother was everything to me. My mother meant everything to me. She was my world. And when she died and I buried her, a piece of me died too. Okay. She was my biggest fan. She was my biggest supporter. So when I did the book, I did it for her. And plus, it was an accomplishment that I did at the time. And I was so proud of myself because my name became on a book, you know. But number one is the fact that I did it for my mother because she asked me to publish it. Okay. When I did that book, I also had to learn that everything is not to be shared with just common people, with people that you know, because you're not going to get the love and support that you so wish that what you thought that you was going to get. You're not going to get that from the people that you know. Okay. Um, and then I think I got discouraged along the way because of when you're looking at certain people, you thought certain people was going to support you, or however you thought it was going to come from them, it didn't. um, and then plus, when I showed the book to my aunt, oh, she was so proud. With, she's my second fan next to my mom. I showed my aunt. She was so proud, and she took the book in her purse everywhere she went, and she was showing it to everybody she knew. Okay, well, that came with a lot of bad words because one person was like, "What made Tina do a book like that?" Mm. Well, if something happened to me or something go wrong with me, I'm gonna go to the Bible first. I ain't gonna pick up this book. But this is pretty though. It's real pretty. The second person she showed the book to, hmm, this is real nice. Tina's always been that good girl that like to do noble things. But you know what? I think somebody in my family got a book something like this, and you know what? I would feel real bad if I read Tina book and I did not pick up theirs. And so it was just a lot of backlash that I got, and I didn't get support. And the more and more that my aunt went on and telling me about the negative things, I told my aunt that particular day when she was telling me going down the line about what different people said. I say, Auntie, I say from this day forward, I says I don't want you to take my book out the house. I says I don't want you to show it to nobody that I know unless you taking my book across the water and showing it to people that I don't know. Okay? I meant that from the bottom of my heart at that point. And then you start seeing some stuff on social media, and you start seeing people saying a lot of snares. Because let me tell you about snares. Snares is a downfall. Snares is worse than praises. Okay? When you get a lot of snares, that's just a lot of demons attacks and stuff like that. That's why God says you have to separate yourself, and you can't tell all of your good accomplishments to people because you're not going to get support from people that you know. And it's going to be real disheartening from people like me who's nice and who felt like, that was my first time I like to share my good news. But as I live and learn in life, Honey, you cannot share things with a lot of people. This is why on my social media, I had to separate people. I had to put people in different groups, and I share my accomplishments and I share my best of news. I share with them because I get more praises. And I'm gonna tell you something. Everybody don't live to get praises, but give credit where credit is due. Okay? That's what we have to do. Give credit where credit is due. If you know that you don't know nobody has done such a great deed as another person, what's wrong with clapping and saying we're so congratulations? No, because they only want to congratulate who they want to congratulate, or they felt like you've gotten too many congratulations and the other person didn't, and they don't want to say congratulations to you anymore. Okay, so I had to live and learn how people move in life and how they felt about me. Okay, because people can't tell me that they didn't have $16 when they will go and buy a whole bunch of stuff and go on trips and go on this and that and the other that costs more than $16. You understand me? And then we sit back and we watch. God shows us people. Okay, and so I had to move different. I move different now because I sit back and I watch. As they say, realize. I got that. You know, I know what that means now. Realize. Understand? So I realize a lot of things in life. A lot of people is not going to be for me. I understand that. I have to know where I stand, and I have to, it's about you have to know who stands in your life, okay, and you have to put them in proper place. And I've done that. I've done that starting some years ago. I start putting people back where I feel like, and it ain't got nothing to do with grudges and bitterness. It's just the way it is, okay? It's just the way it is. But I had to learn in life. It says people is not going to support your work. People is not going to support you, period. And I had to move myself from out of that. When now that I have the support that I want, somebody told me, they says, Tina, I'm going to show you how to move now. Okay? I'm going to show you. I'm going to get behind you and I'm going to back you up. And I'm going to do something because I know the person that you are. Okay? And I'm so thankful for that person because I don't know a lot of things. I don't know how to do a lot of things. But I need the backing of people to help me move forward because sometimes we get stuck in life and we don't know how to do a lot of things. And I prayed and I asked God, I said, God, show me your people. Show me how to move because I don't know how to move. I really don't. And I only have this small window gap left. That's left. And so whenever I move, I want to move right. Okay? I don't want to move. I don't have no more time to waste. You understand me? Um, so I wanted to say all that to say this. Make sure that you tell your stories and you share your accomplishments with the right people because everybody is not going to be in your corner. You understand me? Oh, well, here he go again. Here she goes again. That's a snare. That's a snare. And if you let that work, you'll be like me years later. Put your accomplishment in a container, and you're gonna shut it up in a closet, and you won't think about it anymore because of the bad things that you've heard other people and the discouragement that you've heard, and you won't get your gifts. It's a way of you sabotaging yourself before you get your blessings. And that's what people do. People have you sabotaging yourself so you won't get your blessing. You cancel yourself out before they cancel you because of the words and because of the green screens and because of the bad things that they put out there because they know that you're going to sabotage it. And you do more damage to yourselves than they would ever have to. Take heed to what Auntie Tina said because it is real.